y'all. Welcome to another episode of Liquor and Hooch. I am Mary.
And I am Kissy. And today we are going to get into Black women working in corporate America.
Gotcha.
Be as though we both still very much work in corporate America. This is a really sensitive, touchy subject,
Exactly.
but I do feel like we're very much mature enough to have this conversation without it being insulting to those.
To anyone.
Exactly, to anyone, but it will be able to shed light on some of the things that we face working in corporate America as a Black woman. And I will say, we've both experienced it on both realms, in the civilian sector and in the military sector. So it's more so of, I would say, I don't think I've really experienced it much so from white men in the civilian sector, but I have experienced it heavily from white men in the military sector.
Okay.
As far as the women.
So do you think that it's just towards Black women, or do you think it's towards all women in the military?
Honestly, I think it's more so Black women.
Really?
I feel like from what I've experienced in the military, I feel like a lot of the time, Black women are held to a higher level than most other races in the military. Like, you have to be an overachiever for them to even view you as good when it comes to the military.
So are you saying just men, or are you saying anyone?
Anyone, because
in the military,
because I feel like, and that's another thing as to why I feel like some Black female NCOs are harder on other Black female NCOs when they're coming up, because of what they have to get.
So I do believe that is true, and sometimes I feel like it's a difference between tough love and disrespect.
Yes.
And I think it's not even a fine line.
No.
But I do think that sometimes because we are Black women, right? So when it's other Black leaders trying to show you like, hey, you gotta be this way, I think that is a tender subject, and it's a certain way that you need to express that as well as a leader. I think that sometimes it turns into disrespect and jealousy as well.
Yes.
Especially coming in as a new
soldier
or something like that, and then you have people that you don't know anything about what you're getting into. But some people will be very disrespectful, very like try to downplay you, downgrade you.
Because you're already a stereotype.
Yeah.
You're already angry. You're already disrespectful. You're already aggressive. So I feel like when a lot of them address you, they handle you with you in that embodiment of what they think.
And sometimes people try to handle you aggressive.
Yes.
And then when you come back aggressive, then it's like, it's you. You know, okay, well, how did you say whatever you said to me that make me react that way?
I did. Yes.
But I do think that you have to be, for us, we have to be different.
For sure.
Right? We already different, obviously. But you have to be more assertive in how you carry yourself.
Yes.
I do think that other people it's okay for them to do certain things, but it's not okay for you to do it. Or it's not okay for you to be in pain. Or it's not okay for you to say that, hey, I'm doing a lot. And I have a lot on my plate. And, today is just...
You don't have that room for relaxation. You don't have that room for sympathy.
Yeah. Oh, no. So they're not giving you no sympathy or no empathy.
Not at all.
Right? But the next person can not have nothing going on, and they start crying, and it's like, well, I mean, she's just going through so much in life.
Everything matters now.
Okay, because am I not going through the exact same thing? But because the expectation is for you to always be strong.
For sure.
And I think that's generation, right? I don't think it just started with us. I think that's just how our ancestors, how every woman that looked like us have navigated the world.
For sure.
So sometimes when it's time where like, man, I'm just vulnerable right now, it's not okay for me to be like, I need a breather.
Yeah.
You know, or it's not okay for me to say, I don't want to take a next hard assignment.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to do all the hard jobs. Why? Because she ain't did one hard job or he ain't did one hard job, and y'all put them in any position
that they
and
want.
say that they're qualified. And maybe they're not qualified.
You could be very well qualified.
No, I'm saying you will put. Sometimes I've seen people get put in positions just because I don't know if they look better or they communicate better with them or they think that they will be a better fit. And
or maybe they feel like they could easily control them as well.
Oh yes, definitely.
That's
I do believe that it's easy because if I put this person in this position, I know that I can still control this position.
Yes,
if I put another person in this position, they're gonna know what they're
gonna challenge me.
They are, and they're going to study what they're supposed to be doing, and they're gonna make sure that what they're supposed to be doing is correct because now my name is on this. So if I'm going and I'm representing, you know, whatever area that I'm in, I'm gonna do my best.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna do it with any. Oh, I like this person better, so I'm going to treat them better.
Right.
It's not about that. It's about getting the job done and doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I do think sometimes that we don't typically fit in everywhere.
No.
Or our personalities don't fit in. So you have to, not everybody, right?
Yeah.
Because some people just welcoming. You know, good morning, how you doing?
But I don't feel like that's another thing as well because when we are in those spaces, we do have to be over welcoming like that. We do have to be the one to come in, hey, how you doing? Good morning. Just so that it could be some type of softness about yourself to them.
Right.
Like I feel like you have to overact for certain people when you come into a room. Because literally when I started working in aerospace, when I would come into rooms, that's just naturally me. Yeah. Hey, good morning, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And it was always, why you so happy?
No, I'm not supposed to be
give it a couple weeks. You ain't gonna be smiling. I'm like, well, bro, I don't bring work home, so when I come in work happy, I leave work happy. Right. Unless y'all do something work wise to me. But it's always when you do come in a good spirit, they don't expect you to be that way.
Right. I think that some people already have who they think you're gonna be by how they actually see you the first time they see you.
Yes.
And they feel like, hey, this is going to be this person. I've seen this person before, and I know how this goes.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's, well, in my profession, obviously, that sometimes people in the same position or maybe are not as friendly.
Right.
And I think it's a shock when people are like, man, I thought you was going to be something completely different than you are. Because honestly, for me, I could be in the back of first time, I don't want to be, not about work, but if you make something mandatory for me to go to, I don't like to be in front of crowd of people. I don't like to do this. So I'm sitting in the back. Most of the time, I know I'm talking shit. I know that anybody that's sitting close to me, they know that too. No. People are not, they're not expecting that, but I'm a jokester. I joke about
and
everything.
People wouldn't know that meeting you.
They would. I feel like people think that I'm very serious.
No,
I'm like the least serious person.
I know.
Nothing is serious to me. I don't care if it is serious.
It should.
It's just not because it's not. That's why I feel like I don't
laugh at things that shouldn't be laughed at, and that's true too.
I'm always happy. I don't care what we got going on. I am laughing. I'm cracking a joke. It be the most absurd things that I even be joking. I got dark humor, everything. Like
it is. You have very dark humor.
Yeah, I do.
And I feel like people see you and they don't think that. But bro, when I say the things that you be saying out your mouth, I be like, Shamir, like, get it together over here, man.
You know, I keep people happy. What they say, I get the people going.
I get the people go. Keep the people go. He said, I get the party started. Definitely gonna do that. I'm saying though, but like I feel like in those spaces when they actually get to see that you're that type of person, like, oh, okay, yeah, I like her. I like this.
And I honestly like in our workspace. So, in my current workspace, right? I'm 1-on-1. Just say it that way.
Yeah, for
right?
Sure,
I'm 1-on-1. And so if anybody say, oh, I'm looking for this type of, it's me. You know what I'm saying? They know that it's gonna be me because it's nobody else there like me. But, and and I work in a very, the place I work at right now, like, they super smart. And, like, it's a whole bunch of smart people, but everybody's different. But I'm into it. I'm like, oh, you work on computers? What do you know about this? What do you know about this system? What do you know? Like, I'm into learning. So they're like, oh, I wouldn't expect you. I was like, why wouldn't you expect me to want to be interested in this? I'm talking to them. They said, how do you know these? How do you know what
because
people?
I feel like a lot of people look at, I'm not going to say all black women, because I love the fact that we're actually in a light now where they see that black women are loving to be educated. But, like, even just for myself, people will look at me and be like, you went to school, you got your master's degree? Like why would you do that? Like, what you mean, why would I do that? Like, oh, you love to learn. Like, they'll say real quick, like, hey, me and my best friend, we going to get out of grades. Y'all love to learn. Like, I don't understand. What do you mean you don't understand?
And I like just the simple things, like, oh, what's your interest? Or if I'm just in talking to anybody, I'm like, hey, how your kids doing? How your family? Like, how you know they got 2 daughters? I'm like, why you don't know that they got 2 daughters and you've been working with them in the same office for the last 2 years?
Yeah.
Like, how you not asking
they don't take
about
the time out to learn stuff like
and
that.
I think it's super important, right? So before I had this job, maybe 2 jobs ago, when I still had, like, people under me, like a lot of people, I would know something about everybody that working there.
For sure.
They were like, oh, you walk around and talk to everybody. I said, yes, because when we in the grind in the dirt, and I'm in there like, hey, I gotta know how to do weekends. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. They know that I'm coming, and they're gonna be like very there to support me, and I'm gonna be there to support them. Right? Because sometimes it's more than just the work atmosphere. Yeah, for sure. You know, it might be like, hey, I need advice about this. Hey, what do you think about this? And I'm there for you. Right. You know, so I feel like it was more of a, even though I was in charge, I was more like, I wouldn't say a mom, because I feel like I was too young to be some of their mom, but more like a auntie. I was like, more like an auntie. Let's get a TT in the auntie type vibe. But they knew that I genuinely cared about them. And I feel like that's just important in the workspace as well, because we get the crab in a barrel type things. And sometimes we do that more frequently than we should. For sure.
I mean, I feel like I can honestly say the way that I conduct myself in my civilian life is because of I was shown in the military. I'm always showing up as the person that I would want somebody to be for me. So if I'm at work and I'm being helpful and, you know, I'm being considerate and I'm listening to people, even if it's outside of work stuff or whatever like that, I would want them to be the same. I always try to be the same person that I would want for me. So I feel like, well, in my position now, I feel like that's why I'm able to thrive as much and be comfortable and actually enjoy where I'm at right now, because it took that time for me to be able to be received well from the people that I was around, because not all the time you're going to get that. Like, it comes to a point where you get into workspaces where you're working with older white women and they're not so receptive of you, especially when you intimidate or threaten their position based off of what you know or your experience. So I do feel like that also plays against you when you are a young black woman in corporate America and you are, you know, much more of a talent than what they are. It does threaten them. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like that is something that we deal with a lot frequently when it comes to even males. Yes. When they see that you threaten their position, or you don't even have to threaten it, or you're not even intentionally threatening it. They feel that you threaten it because they feel that you're better than them. They're not going to tell you that, but they feel that you're better than them. They will start acting a certain way towards you. I mean, sometimes I feel like people will try to put other people above you and certain things. But what I have learned that God favor is not fair. Right? So it doesn't matter what anybody says. If God gonna put me in a position, He gonna allow me to thrive in that position. Right? He's not gonna give me anything that I cannot accomplish, or I cannot figure out, right? Or put the people in place to make sure that I know what I need to know. For sure. Because sometimes people will get in positions and they will intentionally not give you the tools that you need to thrive. Yeah. Right? And then it's like, well, you just gave, you spoon fed this individual to do something that
even though you put the food in their mouth, they still didn't know how to chew it up and swallow. Like it's not even. Yeah. It's like, why did you think that they were better than me? And sometimes it will have you when it start happening frequently. It will have you like, what is it about me that would have you think that I'm not qualified for position or I couldn't handle this, and you will give yourself I gave myself a second look, like, what is going on? Because why is every time certain things coming up, this person has something,
but it's never really you.
It takes you a minute to comprehend
understand that.
What is actually happening. It's not about you. It's about your presence when you come in the room and how people are sometimes receptive of you or how you can make it happen and they didn't think that it could happen. Yeah. But when you came in there, that everything that they said they couldn't be done, start getting done.
Oh, yeah. I'm one of those people, I do not tread outside of my scope. I'm not going to give you more of me in any capacity that's outside of what my lane is.
So I do think that it's different between when you're in different workspaces.
Right.
Well, for you, it is going to be different, right? For me, it's kind of like we a trick of
a jack of all trades. For sure, you have to be.
So then that way, you're always kind of inserted in a lot of things.
Oh, you are. You are.
And people don't.
That's scary.
Goodness, you would be able to do all that, but when you start doing it, it's like, okay, and sometimes people don't think that you will be able to present things as well.
Oh, hold on. They feel like they're the better choice to do it.
That I wouldn't be the best choice.
I feel like the people that do that type of stuff, they end up embarrassing themselves because then when they get in there, and they're trying to be the forefront, it don't make sense. It's not mathing. The message isn't coming across. And then eventually they have to go from them like, hey, so what do you think? Can you tell me what your expertise on it? They're going to go to that person anyway. Exactly. Now you're looking crazy because you tried to be a buffer and you was a speedball.
Yeah.
It just...
I honestly, when people try to leave me out, I go get real smart on it. I'm talking about, it's like...
Go get real smart on it.
Fuel to my fire, because now you're trying to play with me.
You're not wrong.
Now you're trying to play with me. So now since you're trying to play with me, I'm about to get real smart on this subject to the point that when you start speaking, and I'm like, okay, and now I'm like, oh well, what about X, Y, and Z? Because I did read up on here, and I do know that this is what you're supposed to be doing. Are we gonna make sure that we're implementing this, and we're gonna make sure that we're doing that now? You like. She knows what's going on
every time,
and I'm gonna get. When I say real smart,
every time
I'm gonna be so smart on it. I'm back playing videos that they did, and so that I know how to do it. I'm reaching out to people like, hey, teach me how to do X, Y, and Z. So when I walk in this room, I know what's going on.
I know, and I sound like I know. Well, not even I sound like I know what I'm talking about.
I need to be able to speak the same lingo and language that y'all have going on, and that I'm not lost when you say an acronym, because in the military they got a million that mean 5 million things. So it's like, oh no, I need to be very smart on what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And so when you do that, you're like, oh no, I'm learning and I'm teaching you not to play with me.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's a learning experience for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like now in days, like I don't really have, the last couple of years since I've been with my new position, I haven't really dealt with the disgust from, people in the corporate area or whatever like that. I take that back. I did have to cuss a few hoes out at this new position. I definitely did, because they was trying.
How would you say that?
I'm sorry, but I definitely did have to get at a couple heads in there. But it was because of the same thing. They thought that they could little girl me or overstep, their boundaries and step into my lane to tell me how to do my job the way they wanted me to do it. And, tactfully, I would correct them, of course. And it wasn't, rah at them, but it was respectfully, don't come over here and then you telling me wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to give you receipts on how you wrong and why this is the right way to do it.
Right.
But, that's past. They've moved on. So got it. But like I said, since I've stepped out of the military, working into the regular civilian world, majority of the things that I've come across come from older white females, and it wasn't because I didn't know my job. It was because they didn't like how people received me.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did not even just receive me, they didn't how like people praised me. So coming into one position out of the military here, I was chosen by the CEO a couple times for positions that I've had because I was prior military, because I had the logistics background, because I had the experience, and it was somebody they needed with diversity on their team. And people in, knowing that coming in, and then, I can negotiate my pay. You're not going to give me pennies on the dollar. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with them knowing that when you come in, it was already a target on your back. Mm-hmm. They already want to try to diminish what everybody's built you up to be. Right. And I feel like that's what happens a lot in corporate America. When you come in as a Black woman, you have to be 1,000 times better.
Oh, yeah.
You can't slack. You can't rest. You can't, just bare minimum it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're expecting you to not do good.
You have to be on your P's and Q's.
For sure.
You always have to dot all your I's and cross all your T's, right? It's very important to do that.
Yes.
Because it's just how you're going to be looked at, right? And because the next person could come in and it may be easy for them, but sometimes nothing comes easy to us. So you do have to be a certain way.
Yes.
You do have to come in, and not saying that you have to be like, oh, I got to completely fit in. You can be yourself, right? To a certain extent.
Right.
But you do have to read the room.
For
Super important to read the room.
For sure.
It's
going to tell you every time.
When you briefing and you're or you're giving a class or you're doing things that pertain to what you're doing at work, you're completely different. Mm-hmm. When you say, okay, we done with that, and then you go into your regular stuff, you different as well.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, because when I'm comfortable, and I'm speaking freely. But when I'm here to do a job, I'm here to do a job.
Right.
And then sometimes it's like, hey, I talk to certain people certain ways. It's reading the room, right?
Yeah.
I speak to other people other ways because we may have the same lingo when we're talking to each other. Even if we're at work, when we're talking to each other as, hey, we some Georgia girls or we some Georgia boys or, wherever you from. And we talk to each other a certain kind of way when we're not being professional or we're not in a professional setting when we can't just talk freely. Right. Because I joke and I play all the time. I mean, every time. And it's not even about being just in my office. I will go into anybody's office. They will tell you, oh, and I'm pretty sure I haven't been there in about, a month and a half. I haven't been to work. Not that I haven't been working, so I don't want y'all to think I didn't work. I still get a paycheck. But I haven't been in the building. I think that once I get in the building, they know when I'm not in the building, right? Like, man, where you been at?
You see this morning, they know what I ain't done. They know what I ain't.
Where you at? I'm gone. Yeah, but they'll be like, it's different because you bring a different presence. And they like, I mean, certain people don't go in certain like offices and stuff like that and talk to certain people, and I go in everybody
around the building. I definitely do.
How y'all doing today? What's going on back here?
And it's crazy because the people that I actually like talk to amongst the building, around the building, not everybody know that I conversate with these people. So when they see me talking to these people and laughing and joking with these people, it just be like, oh wait, this was cool. But listen, I talk to everybody. I know everybody. I got a nickname for everybody.
You definitely got a nickname for everybody.
Listen. Because I'm bad with names, but I have a nickname for everybody. And I will call it to your face and tell you why I call you that. And they have no choice but to accept it. They love me either way. I promise you. I be at work. It's one guy, I literally yelled for the top of my lungs across the parking lot, stranger danger. That's what I call him, stranger danger. And he looked at...
I would like that.
He looks like Ted Bundy. So I say stranger danger, the serial killer. That ass. And all stranger, no danger. That's his reply.
That's a funny reply.
That's his reply. So I feel like when people see that, they're like, oh, I didn't know you guys were that cool. I'm like, yeah, that's my bro. Like, we cool like that. Like I go sit in his office and talk to him. He comes to my office and talk to me. I work in the back, so of course you don't see it. But yeah, I make those connections with those people. So it makes it easier for me to thrive in my job because you do have people that know you a little bit on a personal side to know that you're not so uptight. You're not, aggressive. You're not angry or you're not anything like that. Because I very seldomly get like that at work. It might be something to go on. I might fuss about it. After that, I keep it moving. Okay, this is
they don't tell me where. We know you not playing. He's like, most of the time, you know what? It's probably like 9 times out of 10, I'm just like, I'm not really
own world lost. Yeah,
but you spark a nerve and it turned. Yeah. It turned so fast. They be like, I already knew. I seen it in your face. Or they said this, your whole face changed. I said, it's about to go down.
I feel like I have the calmness about it. Well, I ain't gonna say the calmness. I have the backup for it. So if somebody does something to me that triggers me to be ready to go off, it's always somebody there. No. I got it. Don't worry about it. I seen it. I'm gonna handle it from either one of my managers.
They come I'm the person.
But yeah, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Situation. Yeah, in my situation.
And when I do it. And they say, "Oh God, here she go." Now, I do not be playing about that.
Don't get it twisted. That when they come with some stuff, I'll crack it off as a joke so I can see what your energy gonna be. Like they come, oh, this ain't right. Well, what did you do wrong? Mm-hmm. What did you do to figure it out before you brought it to me? And then they be like, oh, well, I did this. Okay, well, let's figure it out then. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it like that. But if you coming to me and you just on some, oh, you did, hold up, hold up. Hold up. But that's the thing I say in corporate America I've learned when it comes to anybody that wants to come at me in that way, it's always through an email. It's never to my face.
I love an email train.
Oh, baby.
I love an email.
Listen, I'm dangerous with the keys now.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, I had to learn. I had to learn. So I'm pretty good with the email traffic back.
Oh, yeah.
And how to articulate that now. But a couple years ago, I can remember because somebody was definitely playing with me. And I was like, nah. I was talking about so fast. My little keyboard, and they had, if I had been a cartoon character, that they would have had smoke on it. I would, all you hear the keys.
Hey, Shamir, shut the hell up.
Yo, I had somebody come in and say, please. And then, you know what? I feel like God was really on my side because I sent the email out. And it did not send. It was in my draft.
Oh, yeah. Because that way it wasn't supposed to go nowhere.
My goodness.
It was supposed to go right there.
It didn't go nowhere. Because somebody that was, I can say, they weren't my leader, but they were like a leader, right? They like, what is going on? I'm like, nah, they playing with me. And then,
I'm finna give them the business.
Well, when they go low, you got to go high.
No, we going to hell.
I'm going real low. I'm going low. Right? And they're like, no. They're like, let me see the email. And I'm like, it should have came to your email. I CC'd you on it. They're like, I ain't getting nothing. So when they say that I ain't getting nothing, I go back. And I'm like, oh, it's in the draft. I say, you know what?
It wasn't meant
for it to go. But when I tell you,
it wasn't meant to be.
Hot. Piping hot. I was talking about piping hot because I dare you. I'm sitting here going above and beyond trying to help you. You sent out an email like I never tried to help you.
Yeah.
Because you was giving away your stuff. And I was like, you giving away your things to somebody that you're currently involved with. Let's just say it like that. You're currently involved with and it's actually playing in your face. And I'm trying to tell you, like, hey, you can't give away your things that you order because now they're on your books and you making it seem like, oh, I've been trying to get this. Okay, well, it came in 3 times and you gave it to somebody. But you blasted email because your people came to you and said, hey, why is this not fixed yet?
Now you look crazy.
Now you look crazy, but you blaming it on my shop saying, oh, they never gave it to me. Okay, for one, I got receipts. But 2, I dare you to blast it to all of these people and make it seem like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm talking about fingers
but that's how they
tapping.
That's how they do when I say loud and wrong. And then when they realize they wrong, they want to apologize in private. No, I need you to apologize as loud as you did when you tried to put it.
But I felt like I will say it was a situation where, I mean, of course, I'm a black girl, okay, and then they were white. You know what I mean? And I felt like, but it was okay for her to blast out that email. See, this is what I don't like. It was okay for her to blast out that email and make me look bad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't okay for me to respond. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't okay for me to reply. Oh, I definitely.
And that's another thing.
I definitely replied. Let's get it clear. I definitely replied, but I did format my reply accordingly. Yes. Right? You definitely because it was just don't never type out an email when you angry.
Shh, baby, listen.
Do not.
I get to going. I don't. Now, I say I have learned that, you know, I can say certain things that's going to get you. And I ain't got to really go that far with you because I do feel like a lot of the times people's feelings are easily hurt when you know what you're saying and you're saying it right. Mm-hmm. Because if you just go in there and just straight going all over the place, now you look bad.
No, not
so I want this email to read you correctly, but I want you to understand, don't fucking play with me.
And then somebody will blast out an email and they will try to, you know what? It was just, I thought I had a thought. Somebody had like I don't know if it was a TikTok or it was like a stick figure kind of like interaction. Mm-hmm. And it was like the boss was trying to correct them over, it was like a Teams or something, and they were going to blast them out like, hey, why didn't you send this email to me when you were supposed to in front of the whole group, right? So then when they were like, well, it wasn't for me to send. It's like, oh, okay, we'll just talk to this afterwards. Like, no, we don't need to talk to it afterwards because you were willing to embarrass me in front of the whole group. But when I told you it was this person, you said, oh, we'll just address this offline. No, we're going to address this online together in a line. Because if you thought that it was okay for you to do
play with me,
why wouldn't you think that it was okay to do it? Now you do have some people that just do that in totality. They don't care who it is. That's just their personality, and okay, I don't like that either. But I get it. You're fair across the board. Yeah. Don't just pick and choose who you want to embarrass.
You gotta keep it the same. Stay on one accord. Yeah. That's the only way you're gonna get respect from me. That'll let me know that this is the type of person you are, so I can't take it personal or think that's a personal attack because this is how you handle
just how you are. You handle everybody.
It's just that you handle me that way, then I'm gonna look at it some kind of way. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna look at it some kind of way.
I agree.
But, I mean, you know, we know the ins and outs of working in corporate America on the civilian level and the military level.
Right.
You know, we navigate it. We figure it out. You know, we adjust. And we keep pushing. You know, that's the best way I said we can do it. We keep pushing. Because, I mean...
Definitely an adjustment.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I can tell you now from my experience being in this operation for almost 18 years. The beginning years were completely different than the years that I'm just a different person.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because I was definitely willing to go tit for tat, toe to toe.
Oh yeah,
to the point where you couldn't even tell me.
You were that soldier at the lowest level where you didn't give a dang who it was. How they said it, you said what you said, and that's what. But you know what? I would have to say that we had that leadership where you could say what you wanted to say and stand up for yourself, and they never came at you like that.
I had a couple of people come at me a little weird. Yeah.
Yeah, but you checked it at the door and it never happened again.
Yeah, I know. But that's just because that's just... Yeah. But I was very...
street.
Yes. I was very much a Georgia
You were still
girl.
trying to drain that out of you when you first came.
Yeah, because you coming from just what you know into the military, so it's an adjustment.
Yeah.
And I was not yet, especially the first couple of years, I was not adjusted. I can tell you that. I was not adjusted.
You were very hardcore.
By any means, but who you playing with?
No, you were just very upfront and like just raw.
Blunt.
It was raw.
Very blunt.
It was raw. Because like I said, when we first PCS to Georgia, I was very nervous about introducing you to people because of how raw you were. You didn't really have a filter. You didn't really care. You said whatever came to your mind. And
I didn't have a blocker.
I don't know. Now you're actually better, but your face tells it all. Like if you still ain't, your face still don't change. Your face still tell everything when you feel some type of way about something walking into it. So
walk in, walk out, and walk out. But yes.
Anywho, that is the tea for today. We will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.